Okay. So do you want me to show everyone first, and then we'll get into it?
So I think I will start.
Okay. Do you want me to
Okay.
start the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, hi, my name is Vin. Today we will present the Coil project that we've been working on. Firstly, let me talk briefly about the outline of the presentation. We're going to have an introduction about the case, about the company that we've worked for. Then it will be the cost structure of the company and its current performance analysis to know whether they are profitable or not. Next, there will be an analysis of some solution provided by the CEO of the company. And the final things are the conclusion and recommendations for the business to apply. Before we start, I want to present to you our team member. Uh, so the first one is me, Vin, V, Patrick, and Michelle. So we're going to begin with the introduction. The company that we will present is Marathon, which is a flash drive manufacturer. Marathon want to achieve the net income $150,000 for this 2019. However, the current expected sales is 115,000 units. So we will have some analysis to know whether with that expected sale, Marathon can achieve the target income or not. Then the presentation will give some recommendation for Marathon to apply. So let's begin with the cost structure of the company. We have variable costs that are changed in total proportionally to the change in the related level of activity or volume. Variable costs contain direct material per unit, direct labor per unit, sales commission per unit, and advertising per unit sold. On the other hand, fixed costs are the costs that remain unchanged in total despite change in the related level of activity or volume. In this case, we have advertising, miscellaneous selling expense, fixed salaries, supplies, miscellaneous general expense, and sales salaries. Finally, fixed costs have both variable and fixed component, comprise are the factory overhead. After all calculation, we have the total variable cost is $14, and the total fixed cost is $500,000. Next, with the expected sales is 115,000 unit. Marathon will get minus $40,000 as the net income, which means the company will get lost if the expected sales do not change. In order to achieve $150,000, Marathon needs to sell 162,500 units of product. In the bottom table, there are contribution margin per unit, contribution margin ratio, and the break-even point of Marathon that I calculated. This and the next table presents my calculation in detail to achieve the target net income. And to provide more detail for the head of Marathon to make decisions, we come up with the Marathon income statement in contribution format. Yeah, here is the Marathon Corporation income statement in contribution format. Next, my friend will analyze a little bit deeper some suggestions from the CEO of the company.
So I'm doing the suggestions. So Max Pincus would like to know some effects of the following suggestions. So the first suggestion was to increase prices by 25%. However, with that happening, they also predicted that sales would decrease by an equivalent of 30%. So they would be selling 80,500 units with a total variable cost of the same of 14. And the contribution margin we worked out to 6.7, and total fixed costs also stayed the same. So the projected sales were around $1.6 million, and the variable cost was $1.1 million. And with the contribution margin of about 540,000, and taking that away from fixed cost, you are left with a net profit of 39,350, which is a big improvement compared to the predicted sales of originally, with an increase of 80,000 about. The second suggestion was to increase sales salaries for the workers of the company. This would also increase the sales volume by 30%. So this is by increasing the sales salary and the which is a part of the fixed costs, it would increase the number of units by to 149,500 units sold, and the selling price per unit would be 18,000. And the variable cost per unit would stay the same, and the contribution margin per unit would stay the same. So sales would be around $2.7 million. Variable costs will be costing around $2.1 million, and then the contribution margin will come out to 598,000. And by taking away fixed costs from that, you would get a net profit of 49,500, which is again a massive improvement from their original predicted values. And by doing this, they could, by increasing their sales salary, they would improve their uh, their performance in the business and increase like morale from customers, increasing their customers, and they could continue that throughout multiple years. The third suggestion was increasing direct material by $5, 50 cents, while also increasing. Oh no, Marathons wanted to redesign the packaging of the product, which would increase the direct material cost by 50 cents per unit, increase factory overhead costs by $3,000, and this would all in all increase sales volume by 15%. So the new total variable cost per unit would be $14.5, and the new fixed overhead cost would be 503,000. And by increasing the sales volume, the new number of units sold will be 132,250, and we also increases and the selling price stayed the same at $18 per unit. And the contribution margin had decreased a little bit to $3.5. So the projected net income was 2,038,500. And then with variable costs taken away from that, it's left with 1,917,652, 25. And then contribution margin became 462,875. And then taking fixed costs away from that, they gave us another negative net profit of 40,000, which is just the same as our original net income predicted, which would not benefit the business really at all with this suggestion. The fourth suggestion was to increase the total variable cost per unit by 20%, because they wanted to increase the quality, and by increasing the quality, they wanted to also increase the price at the same time. So if they increase the quality, they would also need to increase the fixed factory overhead by 10%. They also increased the price of the per unit by $3, and they predicted that they would increase sales by 20%. So the new variable cost became 16.80 cents. Fixed factory overhead increased by 10%, and they also doubled advertising. So their new fixed total fixed cost was 570,000. And as they increased the selling price by 3, it became $21. And by increasing and they predicted the sales volume would increase, so the new sale number of units sold will be 138,000, and the contribution margin increased by about 20% to $4.20. So they projected the income of this and net income, and it was 2,898,000, with variable costing around $2.3 million, and then the contribution margin became 579,600, and fixed costs taken away from that gave us a net profit of of 9,600, which would not improve the business as much as suggestion 1 and 2, but so yeah, it won't be suggested, unlike suggestion 1 and 2.
To conclude, the report has analyzed the cost structure and the current situation of Marathon. Also, this presentation has also pointed out the KPI of sales for Marathon to reach the target income, which is $150,000. Moreover, the profitability of suggestions from Max are carefully examined. After the analysis, the next part, I will recommend some possible solutions and the most profitable one for Marathon to get back on track and improve their business. As being shown in this figure, it's clear that Marathon can use either solution A, B, or D to avoid loss and gain profit. In contrast, solution C will occur the loss, about nearly $40,000 for the company, thus the Marathon should not apply the solution C. Besides, within the 3 possible solutions, solution B seems to be the most profitable suggestion, which will bring nearly $50,000 profit for Marathon company. That's the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening.